welcome to Waz Pops. I am Waz, and thank you so much for tuning in. So we are still in quarantine. We are still, keeping inside of our houses. So I hope you are all staying safe. I hope that you are all doing social distancing, keeping 6 feet apart from everybody, and just being healthy. And so while we are doing that, I'm going to do some more unboxing of some pops that I got earlier. Now, one of the really kind of side effects of this whole COVID-19 virus is that some big events were canceled, and one of those was something called Emerald City Comic Con. And what that was just like, San Diego Comic Con or just different things like that. It was this really big convention, and every year they would release different Funko Pops that you can get. See, there are some Funko Pops that are exclusive to these events, and this is no exception. The problem was they had to cancel it because people weren't allowed to travel, people weren't allowed to kind of gather in large groups anymore, and so they switched it to basically an entire online experience. Now, in that, one thing about Funko Pops, for those that don't know, or maybe those that do know and just want to listen to me talk, I guess, that there are different stickers that you see on a pop. I'm just going to show you. So one of the ones that we're going to be unboxing today is this Dwight as Recyclopse. And on here it says Funko 2020 Spring Convention Limited Edition Exclusive. And then there's also one that says Emerald City Comic Con. Now, how it worked out was that if you had already bought tickets to Emerald City Comic Con, then you kind of got a Funko Pop with that sticker on it. So there's actually two different ones. The pop itself is exactly the same. And I've had some people ask me, well, if the pop is the same, aren't you just buying a sticker? Isn't the sticker what's actually valuable? And yes, the closest comparison I can make is maybe like a first edition of a trading card or the first printing of a book. The words in the book are the same, the covers are the same, all that sort of stuff, but there is an extra value that's added when you know that it's an exclusive that was kind of first off the line, even though everything about it is the same. The box is the same, the actual figure is the same. So all of that is the same besides the sticker. I did not plan on going to Emerald City Comic Con, and I was not able to get one, but I believe it was Walmart was actually a partner with this, and so they had the ones where they were the spring convention that you could just go to the store and pick them up before all this craziness hit. So there was actually a whole line that they had, and I actually was able to go and get 2 of these. And so the first one that we're going to look at is this one, Dwight from The Office. Love The Office. If you have never seen The Office, it's a great time to start watching it, because what else are you going to do?
That's what she said. Michael.
So Dwight Schrute, once again, as Recyclopse. It's a really great bit in one of the openings where on Earth Day he comes, and this is actually one of his very early kind of renditions of it. He's holding the little flower thing, and he's peaceful, and eventually he becomes almost this Terminator-like, destroying the world and destroying people who have killed the world. So it's a really cool kind of opening to an episode. But this one is pretty cool. If we look at the box, it's a pretty standard box. It's number 938 of the television. Man, they're going to be getting to triple digits soon. And on the back, you can start to see all the other ones. I actually have all of these other ones besides 2, and so probably in a future episode, we'll go through those and open those up. Maybe I can complete that collection before we do that. And then once again, on the front, you have that Funko 2020 Spring Convention Limited Edition exclusive sticker. And it's a pretty cool box, pretty standard, and you can kind of see into the window of what Recyclopse Dwight Schrute looks like. So let's open this up. So, getting better at that. Thank you. So when we open this up, once again, you guys are starting to realize I like the backgrounds. No background on this one, which is totally fine. but when we pop this open, we will see Dwight Schrute. And now this one is not an actual bobblehead. There is no shaking of the head, which is totally fine because since I'm an inbox guy, that doesn't necessarily matter to me. The head does pivot, but you can see that inside it's a very hippie-like look to him. He's got his Dwight Schrute glasses on, and he is holding flowers inside of what is a milk carton. And he's got a nice little necklace going on. The detailing on the necklace or the bandana, it's actually a bandana, is not super great, but you can definitely tell what it is. And then he also has his Earth shirt on, which actually has a lot of detail on that shirt, which is really cool to see. And then he has his standard dress slacks, work slacks, and shoes on. The other really interesting thing is the bandana that he's wearing. From everything around it, it looks pretty normal, besides the fact that it has an all-seeing third eye in the middle, and so that's kind of funny to see. But once again, I think it's very fitting to Dwight and just kind of how he carries himself. And he still has his cool little calculator watch on, which is kind of neat. So that is the first one of Dwight Schrute as Recyclopse. And we have one more from the spring convention that we're going to open up next. Alright, the next one is Charmander. And I think this is my first flocked Funko Pop. Now, once again, for those that don't know what flocked is basically it's different or it's furry, I guess. That sounds like a weird way to describe it because it's not an actual animal. But it's fuzzy. It's got kind of a cloth to it. And it's just a different variation, and they're a little bit more rare or a little bit more unique as opposed to just the plastic. So this is probably my first, I think it's my only flocked one. And I thought it was a really cute one because I like Pokemon. It's actually one of my other collections. Man, I am so nerdy, but I love it. Is Pokemon cards. I love Pokemon cards. I like them since I was a kid. And so Pokemon has kind of always had a special place in my heart because I was like at the perfect age when Pokemon was coming out as a kid. And so that just reminds me a lot of my childhood. So if we look at this one, this is number 455 of the games line. Once again, you can see the 2020 Spring Convention limited edition exclusive sticker on there. Once again, this is not an Emerald City one, but it is the Spring Convention one. It also has the circular flocked sticker on there, just so you know that it is nice and fuzzy. Is that the best word to put? Yeah, let's go with fuzzy. It's nice and fuzzy on the inside. Not on the inside, but in the inside of the box. This is derailing fast. On the side, you have a picture of Charmander with some flames behind it. And on the back, there's actually no additional information, which, once again, we've talked about how even in the Dwight Schrute one, it showed the other office ones that you could get. But this one appears just to be a standalone one just by itself. So we are now going to open this bad boy up. So I always liked Charmander, for those that are Pokemon nerds. In the game, you could pick one of three Pokemon. You could pick Charmander, you could pick Squirtle, or you could pick Bulbasaur. And Charmander, in my opinion, was always the best one to pick because fire Pokemon were just really hard to find. And the other two, you could find a water or a plant, grass Pokemon wherever you wanted. So this one, yes, one of my favorites. We have a background. So it's just a big flame. It's very similar to what you see on the actual back of the box and what you see kind of on the side as well. So it's just a really cool flame that you can see behind him. Once again, nice little touch. I like those little touches. And if you open this up, once again, this is the first time I'm opening it. And oh, it's so cute. Okay, so it looks really cool. That flock look is pretty neat. It's nice and fuzzy, and you can definitely tell that the texture is different even just by looking at it. You have the black Funko eyes on there as well as kind of the really cool mouth with his little teeth. Man, that fabric is really cool to see. Once again, this is not a bobblehead, but the head does pivot and turn. And one of my favorite things about this is, wow, the tail looks so cool. That's just a nice little touch. That is fully plastic, and it's even got almost this translucent see-through that you can see where it's got the yellow plastic on the bottom and then the flame comes up to a red on the top. So that looks really cool. It looks really kind of authentic as a Charmander figurine, and it's just a really cool pop. This one is probably one of my favorites that I've unboxed so far, and it's just really cool because once again I have that nostalgic connection to Pokemon, and so this one is really cool to see. They also have a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle, I believe, and I believe they're coming out with a Pikachu as well, so I'll have to see if I can get my hands on those. But very cool pop. Nice and cute little Charmander. He's been one of my favorite Pokemon since Pokemon has been around. And that flocked look is really cool to see. So I really like kind of just seeing that extra little detail on the Funko Pop. So I like it. It's pretty cool. So, like I said, these ones are the fall convention ones, not the Emerald City ones. So I was able to get them from my local Walmart. And one of the nice things about my area is I'm relatively new to the whole Funko hunting, going out and trying to find exclusive ones. But luckily, my area and my local Walmart, Target, GameStop tends to have them. And so that's pretty cool. And so not only was I able to get these ones, but I was able to actually get 2 of them. So I was able to get an additional Dwight Schrute as Recyclopse and also an additional Charmander. So I liked both of these, and so I was planning on keeping them, but I also wanted to get some maybe for someone who did not have them. I'm okay with the Dwight as Recyclops. I mostly like him because I love The Office and I love this episode. The pop itself is pretty standard, but the Charmander one I love, and probably a lot of that has to do with that nostalgic connection, and so I really do like that one, and so I would probably keep this one regardless, and then the Dwight one just because I love Office pops, and so hopefully I'll be able to show the rest of those off in another video. But if this is something that maybe you want to start your collection, add to your collection, maybe your local Walmart did not have any left, I am actually going to probably be selling these, so go ahead and check in the description down below how you can go and you can get these from my collection to your collection. Also, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to these videos. It really does help out when we make the community a little bit bigger, and you can help by doing that. Also, be sure to follow on Instagram, WazPops. That's kind of where I'll take pictures of all these, the ones that are upcoming, what videos I'm planning on doing, and also just getting a little bit more detailed pictures of the pops that I unbox. Also, it's a great opportunity for me to see your guys' collections. So make sure that if you are a collector that you follow me and then go ahead and comment that you're a collector, and then I will try to follow back so I can see all the cool pops that you have as well. Thanks so much for watching these videos. It's been super fun making these. It's one of the highlights of my day. So go ahead and subscribe, like it, all that sort of fun stuff. And let me know what you would like me to unbox next. So I have a few ideas for which ones I'm going to try to tackle next. But if you have one that you'd like to see, please let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!